And welcome back to Inside the Cage. I'm your host, Brady Johnson, here with me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the brother of Cowboys tight end, Jake Ferguson. How are you doing today, Bennett? What was
Listen, man.
that shot?
Listen. I'm putting up the Marcus Smart shots today. We're gonna
I,
be.
I don't sleep on Marcus Smart. He's an NBA champion
He is an NBA champion. Yes, he
and
is.
a Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Yes, he is.
Don't sleep on
Yes,
Marcus
he is.
Smart.
Known for his defense, though, not known explicitly for his shooting. Now, I could say I was putting up the Brandon Podminski's numbers, but ain't nobody doing that.
No,
No.
no, no.
Man, this is gonna be. We're talking NBA playoffs today. There's still two more playing games left to go. Official NBA playoffs start on the 19th. This is being recorded on the 17th. There are some teams that we're going to discuss here that have no business being in the postseason, who are, in my mind, 2 to 3 years out from being postseason contenders with their current rosters. There are some teams that are in this that were really good in the regular season who injuries have unfortunately derailed their entire thing. There are other teams where I cannot statistically believe it in my mind that they made the postseason with the lack of depth that they have. So this is going to be an extremely interesting playoffs because what did we learn from last year? Playoffs is all about who you have as the next man up every single time. You have a player get hurt, who's going to be the guy that comes in after him? We saw that with the Pacers. Nobody came up when Halliburton went down.
It was supposed to be McConnell, but McConnell's not that.
Yeah, but McConnell's role is so different than Halliburton's role in that scenario, where Halliburton was the floor general like McConnell is. McConnell is the floor general. You put him on the floor, he's going to get the ball in his hands. He's going to make the open passes, get the shots going. But when you have Halliburton out there, he does more than just the passes. He does more than just the scoring. He's good on defense, unlike McConnell. And so with the Pacers having one of the truly worst records this year from any team, I mean,
Yeah.
it's next man up. And there's some teams in here where it is truly next man up. And it's kind of
Yeah, it really is.
so. Where do you want to start with the Thunder versus the play-in teams?
Yeah, let's go with the 1 seed in the West first.
Go to the reigning, defending, undisputed NBA champions of the world, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are out there rocking Baby Shea, Lou Dort. You've got at their 3 J-Dub. You got Chet at their 4. Isaiah Hartenstein.
Is there. Yep.
Again, this is going off the ESPN official one, which I mean that again, fluidity is all about.
No, that's probably what it's going to be throughout this entire.
Chet can play the 5. You can have Alex Caruso come in, Kendrick Williams.
Like if they play the Suns, I think they'll go with the Hartenstein lineup. If they play the Warriors, they might have to switch it around a little bit because the Warriors are a little bit faster. So
they're fast. Here's the thing: they play. We'll get into this in just a second. They play the Warriors. You basically have Shea guarding Curry, and then actually in that scenario, you might as well have Lou Dort on Curry, Shea covering Podminski, and then you can leave. You can double team Curry at this point because I'm telling you this right now, J-Dub does not have to guard Guy Santos.
No, but he does have to guard Al Horford.
Here we go. Thunder, they either play the Phoenix Suns or the Golden State Warriors. The Suns are out here rocking D-Book, Jalen Green, Goodwin, Dylan Brooks, and Mark Williams. It is like how Devin Booker is a Hall of Famer at this point because how do you will this team to a potential playoff berth when truly they needed this year and next year to be years where they sucked, but they don't have any picks because of Bradley Beal. It's terrible for the Suns because without Devin Booker, they would be 2 feet into the grave right now. And you could tell with their team, the way that they built it, like this Suns head coach, if they don't have success this year, if they don't make the postseason, he's probably gone. You can tell this is about to be a fire sale if it doesn't go to plan. And then you have the other team on the other side. You have the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, Brandon Podminski, Guy Santos, Draymond Green, Kristaps Porzingis, and Al Horford are your main six.
Yep.
There is no depth on this team. Pat Spencer's there. Gary Payton's there.
I mean, they like DeAnthony Melton.
Anthony Melton's there.
Gary Payton they love.
But you're not going, ooh. Yeah, when Curry subs out, DeAnthony Melton, yeah, he's gonna come out here and drop 30.
So I like to say what hurt the Warriors was losing Jimmy Butler on the year because that had to move your backup in Guy Santos into the starting lineup. But you also have Podziemski as well, one of the better shooters for the squad. But it hurts your depth when you lost Jimmy Butler because now you can't do the same things that you did when you had Jimmy Butler. Now, if they had Jimmy Butler with this roster that they had last night with Porzingis, Horford, Green, Butler, and Curry, that would have probably been a matchup I wanted to see against the Clippers because that could have been a scary matchup, and who knows what could have happened. They could have won by a whole lot more. But we don't get to see Jimmy Butler. Guy Santos is in. You're going to probably see a little bit of DeAnthony Melton. You'll see maybe a little bit of Will Richard or Will Weichert, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of him or a little bit of him. And, Steve Kerr's only going to play like maybe 9 or 10 guys because he don't have that depth.
If that. He might only play 9. He might only play 8 at this point. I mean, crazy prediction here. I think this upcoming season we're going to get a lot of young players coming to the Warriors. They're going to trade a bunch of assets out and try to get their cap down a little bit. And I think Klay Thompson's coming back. I think they're going to pay him. I think he wants to come back.
They're going to pay him a king's ransom to come.
Well, at this point, so they're going to have a crap ton of money because Porzingis is
is he a free agent? Is Klay a free agent?
I don't think he might not be a free agent, but I think Porzingis is a free agent after this year. And so I think you get all that money back from the Porzingis deal because that's the only reason they traded Kuminga away in the first place was to bring in Porzingis, A, because they needed a center, and B, because they needed an expiring deal that they could pay out and then just be done with. Mm-hmm. So I think getting rid of Porzingis, they're going to try to get – what they really need to do is they need to keep Draymond Green. Everybody's like, get rid of Draymond Green. Keep Draymond Green and get a young center, not in the top 2, but get a young center who's a big body like Draymond Green that he can help usher that in. Because right now, that's what the Warriors are really lacking. If Draymond Green's not going, they don't have a guy that can rebound. Get Klay Thompson back in. Give them 1 to 2 more years of Curry and Thompson. That's what the Warriors want. That's what they need. You can keep Jimmy Butler. You have Podminski. That's a starting 5 right there. A young rookie center. At your 4, you have Jimmy Butler. At your 3, you have Klay Thompson, 2 Podminski, 1 Curry. But will they do that? Probably not.
And to pinpoint off that, they also signed Horford to a 2-year deal. He's 40. Yeah. He's about to be 40 in the playoffs. Yeah. So here's the thing: if you do lose Porzingis, which they probably are, they ain't gonna keep him because he's gonna want too much money.
Yeah.
And say the Mavs buy out Klay Thompson. Mm-hmm. Okay, Klay comes to the Warriors. I think their starting lineup would end up being Curry, Klay, Butler, Green, Horford, and then they would get a young center in the draft, like maybe a Terrace Reed or an Adey Mara that can play defense. They need a defensive center.
Or they need to go out and they need to get one of these guys that's been a bust. Like get a guy who's
bring back James Wiseman.
No.
Marvin Bagley wouldn't.
Or I could also see them going after one of the guys that's kind of broken out this season, like the guy from the Pacers, Jay Huff.
Jay Huff, yep. That wouldn't be – but he doesn't really play defense that much, though.
Here's the thing. You got Draymond kind of bully around in the paint, so you could have like a Jay Huff as your scoring option at center, kind of like Andrew Bogut. I mean –
yeah, but Bogut could do both, though.
He could. Jay Huff can get better at defense. Come on now.
What's hurting this Warriors team is they have no rebounding.
Exactly. Besides –
he just can't rebound. Horford rebounds sometimes, but he's just old. And Draymond's the only rebounder because they lost Kevon Looney, who's on the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really.
They got Charles Bassey. They're fine.
No, they don't. The Celtics have Charles Bassey.
Nope, he's on the Warriors right now.
He's on the Warriors again. He just played for the Celtics the other night.
No.
Oh wow. Okay.
You got Vuk and Garza.
Yeah, I know. We have Vuk, but they had Bassey playing in when I was at the Hornets game Well, I told you he was on the roster playing in that game with
He
Jacob
is
Tonji.
gone, buddy. He
Him and
ain't on.
Jacob Tonji were playing in the game.
Nope, they're gone. Yep. And then on the other side, Phoenix, again, we've already gone over it. Grayson Allen's really the Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal. And then you got Haywood Highsmith. I'm surprised he's not kind of. I remember 2021 finals. He was in on that, but that was 5 years ago. So
No, I will say, I kind of like the Warriors a little bit better over the Suns just because I think that they could match up a little bit better. But if the Suns are smart, which they're not going to be, but if the Suns are smart, you would go out there, if the Thunder going with that big lineup, you'd go out there with Kalen Maluach and Mark Williams. Move Brooks to the 3, and he guard Shea the entire game. Then you have Booker and Jalen Green as your guards.
Yeah.
And I think that they could, I'm not going to say they can compete, but they would give the Thunder some problems because of the size.
They're sweeping whoever they're playing. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. But I'm saying the Warriors match up better. But I'm just saying in the game, it won't be as easy. It'll still be a sweep, but it won't be as an easy sweep if the Suns go out with that lineup because it's big lineup on big. So
Thunder. I'm going Thunder versus Warriors. You going Thunder Warriors or Thunder?
I'm going to go Thunder Warriors, and I have the Warriors.
I'm going sweep.
I'm going to sweep as well.
I think there's going to be one of those games where Curry drops like 50, but like,
and they still lose, which is insane.
Yeah, because they can't guard. So that was Series 1. If you're keeping up with the bracket,
Series 1.
The next two games in that bracket are the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Houston Rockets. Are you ready for me to read out the most egregiously terrible lineup you have ever seen in your entire life?
Is it for the Los Angeles? I've already seen it, man.
Luke Kennard, your starting point guard. Marcus Smart, your starting shooting guard. Jake LaRavia. LeBron, got to give him his credit. DeAndre Ayton.
So what I hear is a shooter that can't do anything, a defensive player, a player that's just there because of injuries, LeBron, and then a guy that can't rebound and play defense.
The worst center in the league, yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and I mean I get it. It sucks when
Luka and Reeves go down.
And Reeves are out, but you could be using Dalton Connect a lot more. They're not.
Rui Hachimura
is going to get his minutes. Jarrett Vanderbilt's going to get his minutes. But Jackson Hayes and Maxi Kleba are your two backups. That sounds like you're playing my league. Like, it's terrible. And I get it. And Bronny James is Bronny James. He's gonna play 5 minutes. He's gonna get 2 points, and his dad's gonna slap him on his butt and say good job.
Yep.
But like fundamentally, the Lakers have the most money of any team in the NBA right now. They're valued the most. You're paying LeBron James a pretty penny to be there, and Luka Doncic now. There's this thing called role players. And for some reason, the Lakers organization does not understand what a role player is. What you do is you go out to free agency and you look at all of the players that played on really crappy teams last year. You look at players who played on the Pacers last year. You look at players who played on the Pelicans. You look at players who played on the Bulls or the Grizzlies. And you go, hey, you're good at rebounding. Utah even. You're good at rebounding. Come here. We're going to get you. Oh, you're good at shooting? Come here. We're going to get you. Lakers don't understand that at all. On the other end, you got Houston. Houston's starting Amen Thompson, Reed Shepherd, Kevin Durant, Jabari Smith, Alperen Sengun. Drafted 4 of those guys in their starting lineup. 4. And brought in a mercenary Kevin Durant who's pissed off because his Nets days didn't work out and his Suns days didn't work out. And his Thunder days didn't work out. And he's trying to get a chip before he retires. And he has a burner account that he just roasts all this. So right now, you're telling me that this matchup right now, what it truly will come down to in the media sense, LeBron James versus Kevin Durant.
Yep.
GOAT versus the Snake.
But we've seen this We've seen this matchup before in the finals, and KD has won both of those matchups every time they've played in the finals.
Now, what happened the last time LeBron was in those situations against KD? He had to do everything himself because what did the organization not do?
Give him role players.
And what did Kevin Durant's organization already have?
Steph Curry.
They had drafted Steph Curry. They had drafted
Thompson.
Thompson.
Don
They had
Livingston.
drafted Draymond Green. They traded for Andrew Bogut.
They didn't have Bogut at the time.
And when Andrew Bogut was gone, they had Zaza Pachulia, who they traded or signed.
Their center was Looney, and
Looney was there too, but Zaza was also there, I think, for the first time.
The first one, Zaza was there. Yes.
And then after Zaza was Kevon Looney starting.
It was Looney and someone else. I don't know who the other guy was, but it was Looney.
For some reason, Alejandro Varejao jumps.
Varejao was on the team, yes.
But I don't know if he was on the team during that time or if he was on the Cavs during that time.
I think he was on the Cavs during that time.
Because I know Timothy Mozgov was on the Cavs at one point.
Yep. They had another black center that was decent. I didn't forget who it was, though.
Ian Mahimi? No.
It might have been Mo Spates.
Potentially. Regardless, we're having a team like the Rockets who are so young, who have two of their starters out. I mean, Adams wouldn't be a starter, but Van Vliet would be. Van Vliet's out for the season. Adams is out for the season, but it doesn't even matter at this point. I've got Rockets in 5. I think LeBron's going to will them to a win, but there's not much you can do without Doncic and Reeves.
I've also got the Rockets in 5. I don't think it's going to be LeBron that wills them. I think it's going to be one of those role players that they have in the starting lineup just go crazy with shooting. I think it's going.
Please tell me who.
I think it's going to be Luke Kennard that have a good shooting night. Look, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game. Luke Kennard's going to have like 20 points, and then he's going to hit a big 3 to get them a win in game like 4 or 5. Or game 3. He's going to give them a big win in game 3, and then they go back to Houston and win in game 4 and 5. So that's how I think it's going to look out. But give me the Rockets in 5. I think the matchup to watch is LeBron and KD. And actually the real matchup is, can LeBron carry this team past this good defensive Rockets team?
Yeah. Here's the problem is I think Jabari Smith Jr. is going to have a lot of work that he has to do. Because LeBron's not squaring up on Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant's not trying to guard LeBron.
Nope.
KD's gonna want Jared Vanderbilt or Rui Hachimura or Jake LaRavia. He's not gonna want LeBron. He's gonna want to guard somebody weak.
See, look, I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna start Tari Eason over Reed Shepherd and put Tari on LeBron. That's what I think is gonna happen for the Rockets.
Now, our next matchup, honestly, two of the best teams in the league.
Must watch basketball.
You got the Denver Nuggets
versus
the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Must watch basketball.
Nuggets are basically running out the same team they've had the entire season. Jamal Murray, Christian Braun, Cameron Johnson, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic. I mean, the Bruce Brown played in all 82 games this season. You got Hardaway. And then on the other side, you got Minnesota. Ice cream man's outside? What the heck? Yeah, get me a push pop. Then on the other side, you got Timberwolves, Dante DiVincenzo, Ant, McDaniels, Randall, Gobert. They match up pretty well. Although Jokic versus Gobert is kind of trash.
He's going to cook. What I eventually think is probably going to happen is they're probably going to play like a huger lineup. They're going to have
Nas.
They're going to have Nas coming out to 4, maybe move Jaden McDaniels to the 3.
He's already at the 3.
So they'll take one of the guards out and they'll still have Anthony Edwards. They'll have McDaniels.
Here's the thing. DiVincenzo plays great defense. Ant is a superstar. So if I'm them, Jamal Murray's getting DiVincenzo the whole game.
Yeah.
Murray steps foot on the court. DiVincenzo steps forward.
But your issue's gonna have to be because the role players are good for the Nuggets. So
Yeah.
who's gonna be able to control if Aaron Gordon goes off? Or Christian Brown's been phenomenal this season.
Christian Brown's good, but against Anthony Edwards, that's the difference. It's against Anthony. Anthony's one of the best young stars.
I'm not saying that's I'm just saying who's gonna what Wolf is gonna prevail to stop, because if you put Reed on Jokic, Gobert's a liability because he can't go to the perimeter.
Yeah.
So if you're the Nuggets, you're gonna be smart and you're gonna play 5 wide.
Yeah.
To force Gobert to come out. But you can't do that because they all can shoot.
Yeah. I think Gobert's going to I think Randall's going to end up guarding Jokic on the perimeter, and they're going to move things around where Gordon's getting guarded by Gobert. Aaron Gordon and Gobert are kind of matched up. And then the second that Gordon goes anywhere close to the 3-point line, if they're anywhere near each other, Randall and Jokic Randall's switching off of Jokic, and Gobert will take back over.
But you can't switch if Jokic
if they're both around the 3, you've got to have some kind of sign where McDaniels can jump out and guard the 3 line, because somebody's going to be crashing. But if you got everybody along that 3-point line and you have nobody in the middle, Gobert's fucked.
You got to think all these guys are crafty from Jokic.
Yeah.
So if you leave one of them open, and then you say McDaniels goes to Jokic, what do you think Jokic is going to do?
He's going to try to make that inlet pass.
He's going to go. He's going to go like this to Christian Braun or Cam Johnson, and they're just going to go 3, bang, good.
Yeah, well, I think Gobert has at least in the past couple of years, he's started to try to get a little bit better at guarding perimeter.
He still can't do it though.
I know. He's trying.
If it doesn't work in game 1, what I'm going to suggest, put Naz Reid at center. I'm sorry, Gobert. Put Naz Reid at center and Randall at the 4, because that's probably going to be your best bet to match up against Jokic and Gordon down low.
Yeah.
Especially with all they can do. I have the Nuggets in 7 here. I think it's going to be a phenomenal series. We're going to see Jokic go off for triple-doubles. We're going to see Ant Edwards fly around, be a high flyer, dunk the ball. We might see a Jamal Murray 40-point game. We might see one of the role players like Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson with a 30-point game. We might see, we might not. We might see Aaron Gordon with a 40-point game. We might see him with a 30-point game. We might not. But give me the Nuggets in 7.
I've got T-Wolves in 6. First disagreement, but that's okay. I think our hearts are in the right place when it comes to that. Yeah. I mean, Anthony Edwards could have 50 each night and win, like, by himself.
I just don't know who's going to guard him consistently.
Christian Braun's, like, the problem is going to be if Jamal Murray and Christian Braun are not defensive.
But Bruce Brown is. But
then you got to sub Bruce Brown in, which means
he's 35 years old though too.
Yeah, so. But again, you put Bruce Brown in, Christian Braun's got to come off, or Jamal's got to come off, and then you lose what they can do just to guard Ant. I mean, so they've got to bring Cameron Johnson down. But even he's not a great defender. I end up thinking like Aaron Gordon probably is going to get some work put in having to guard Ant the entire game. But then you sacrifice Julius Randle, meaning everybody's got to move up a weight.
Well, I think if that happens, Cam Johnson's not a great defender, but he can deal with a Julius. Yeah. So, I mean, if Gordon has to guard Edwards, then that's what you got to do.
Our next matchup is the 2 seed versus the whatever seed, 9th?
8th seed.
8th seed. The San Antonio Spurs. Oh, shit. San Antonio Spurs versus the Portland Trailblazers. Now, this is another one of these teams that I think they are 2 to 3 years away. San Antonio, De'Aaron Fox. I'm not talking about San Antonio here, by the way. I'm talking about Portland. San Antonio, however, De'Aaron Fox, Stephen Castle, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, and Victor Wembanyama. Dylan Harper on the bench, Harrison Barnes, Luke Cornett, Keldon Johnson, the list goes on. Portland, the thing with Portland is they're without their best player.
Don't worry, that's me.
Now it's just you good?
Yep, you're good. Go ahead.
All right. Portland, you're without.
Oh crap! Hold on.
God. You're without Dame.
No. Okay.
All right. Yeah, you're without Dame.
Why does it keep doing it?
You have your volume on.
Hmm?
Your volume. Is your
Okay,
iPad
there
about
we
to
go.
die or something?
Yeah,
Is that about
there
to?
we go.
Okay. All right, we're good now.
We're good. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Portland, no reason for them to be in the playoffs. Spurs, every reason in the playoffs. So the real question is how good do you think Portland's is going to be?
I don't know because we was told that Damian Lillard was supposed to play in the play-in.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, we were told that Damian Lillard was supposed to be playing in the play-in, but he never did. So, will we get to see a matchup of, or will we get to see a Damian Lillard in like a game 2 or a game 3? I highly doubt it. But I don't know how this series is gonna go. Maybe an Advia goes off for 40 points like he did in the play-in game, which was absolutely crazy. Danny Advia is the superstar, up and coming superstar, in my opinion. What worries me about the Blazers is I don't know if they can go consistently for even 4 games with the depth that they have right now. Now, I look at the status like you said, Wemby. If Wemby goes down at any point in the series, or if he's not 100%, you got Cornette and you've got Kelly Olynyk. If I'm the Blazers, I take that matchup between Cornette and Olynyk and try to find a way to exploit it as best as you can with Klingon, Hanson Yang, Robert Williams. I try to fix those guys around
Mm-hmm.
that right there.
I
If
think
Wemby can't play.
the Spurs are going to blow them out every single night.
Oh no, I agree. I'm just saying it. I'm just giving the Warriors or the not the Warriors, the Trailblazers a game plan here.
Portland, what happened?
Happened.
How you lose to San Antonio Spurs? There's just no
Because
reason for Portland to even be in here. It should be the Clippers, but the Clippers don't know how to win a basketball game. So
yeah, it should be the Clippers. If the Clippers would, I like this matchup.
Spurs sweep.
Spurs would have swept too, but
No,
I'm gonna go
Spurs.
Spurs. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go Spurs 4-0 against
Yeah.
the Blazers, even with a 70-85% Wemby.
Now, on to the East. This is the best feel good story in the NBA. The Detroit Pistons are the number one team. They've been the number one team all year this year in the East. Now, Celtics have been hurt. A lot of injuries there. Cavaliers traded their best player midseason. Well, sorry. Third best player, technically, Darius Garland, right? Third best guy. Traded him midseason for James Harden, so they had to work out the kinks. The Hawks, I didn't think after they traded Trey, I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. And then you got a couple other teams we'll talk about here in a second. But the main reason we're talking about this is the fall off of the Orlando Magic. Jamal Mosley, if you lose tonight, get
yourself a Chuck E. Cheese application.
All I'm saying is I will see you at my local high school coaching the basketball team. Actually, I'll go out there and get you a job application for the ice cream truck. Get my fudge bar. Paying Desmond Bain that much money.
With his bald head.
Sitting there. Oh, yeah, let's give minutes to Jonathan Isaac. No, They play tonight. They play the Hornets. I think everyone in America wants the Hornets to win.
because
Yes.
we know how fun that series would be
Yes.
in Detroit with LaMelo and Con Knipple,
And you got Kalkbrenner as your backup center.
Bridges.
Bridges Miller has been coming on late.
You know how
Like
fun that would be.
this is a team that is made from the positivity of friendship, and by drafting because you've been so terrible that you have to draft year after year after
So,
year.
I'm hoping that if the Charlotte Hornets play, I think that the series goes to 7, and I'm gonna tell you who's gonna win and why. But this is my viewpoint on it. If we're gonna talk about the play in first before I talk about the 1 seed,
Yeah.
or I'll talk about that match. But if you're the Hornets tonight, you've got to focus Con Knipple. He had a terrible first playing game, shot like 3 for 30 from the
Yeah.
field. He had a horrible game. I know he's a rookie, but if you're the Hornets, you got to get him something to get him going, and not to lose his confidence. Because if you do got to go play Detroit and he's still not doing good, you're gonna get swept. In my
Mhm.
opinion, you're gonna get swept. But I look at it. Okay, LaMelo, yeah, you're going to have a good game. But what if you have a bad game? Knipple's got to step up. Bridges has got to step up. Diakite, or Diabate, my fault, not Diakite.
Mhm.
Musa Diabate, playing that center. He's been good all year, too. Can he still be consistent, though? I don't know. We'll see against the Magic. Banchero's got this is your last chance. This is your
I
last
mean,
chance.
I think if Mosley gets fired, Bancaro. I don't think Bancaro's gone. I think they're going to leave him as a
No,
member.
but this is
And
your
their
last chance.
team is good enough where with the proper coaching, you could see them in like where the Hawks are next season. But the problem is you got to pull your head out of your ass at some point and get something going and get some plays drawn up. And here's
But
the other
even,
issue. Where's your center help? Wendell Carter is a power forward.
yeah,
Do they still have Daniel Gafford? He's a
they
power
have
forward.
Mo Wagner, too.
Mo Wagner is not that big.
He's
And the
6'11".
the only reason he's on there is because it's the Thanasis Antetokounmpo bullshit of your brother is a phenomenal basketball player, and the only way to make him happy is if you're on the team too.
Yeah.
So if they were to have gone out and gone after, because Clint Capella was not on the Rockets at the beginning of this season.
No, they should have went after Clint Capella because they needed a
Clint
rebound.
Capella would have been perfect for them. Andre Drummond would have been perfect for him. Go get yourself a rebounding center who all they do is rebound. And then that gives Banchero, that gives Bain, that gives Suggs so many more opportunities to
Franz
score
Wagner.
basketball. Yeah. Wagner too. I mean, it gives them so many more opportunities. Instead of paying Jonathan Isaac $2 billion to sit on your bench and rehab his knee that's always hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the most frustrating thing about the Magic is they're too good of a team on paper to not do this and not win it, especially for the team that beat them in the play-in.
But look, I look at it like when you said who beat him in the play-in, they had no Embiid, and Banchero, you only scored 18 points off of like 8 for 28 shooting. Come on, Banchero. You've got to do better. You've got to take over against the Embiidless 76ers. Who don't get me wrong, their leading scorer was Edgecombe for the Sixers. He's going to be a great superstar in the making, but Paul George didn't play good. Tyrese Maxey didn't play that well. Who's their Drummond didn't even play that good coming off the bench for the Sixers. So, like I said, it was Edgecombe and Oubre who was really giving magic out for the Sixers, and that's how they won. And now they go to Boston with maybe not an Embiid in game one. So
We'll get to them in just a minute.
But over anyways, I still think the Hornets win this playing game tonight.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like the Warriors, were the other team that I'm kind of like, ugh. If the Warriors lose, they're fine. If the Suns lose, they're fucked. They're fucked. Because if you don't make the postseason, you don't have a draft pick, and you're giving someone else that opportunity, they're fucked. If the Magic lose, they can use that draft capital, that lottery pick that they will now have, and be able to draft somebody pretty damn good, like a center. The Hornets are in a position where if they lose, it'll suck. They'll be in the lottery again. but they'll have another year. But if they win, and you can look at yourself and go, this team made the playoffs. Like this team that we've made, they're in years, well, LaMelo's in year 25 at this point, but
6.
yeah, 6. But you've got Knipple in year 1. You've got Miller in year 3.
3.
You've got Bridges, he's old, but Diabete's young.
Year 3 for him as well.
You've got your first round pick. You can make Charlotte a destination where people go, hey, y'all made the playoffs last year. I'm going to Charlotte. And because they might be a piece away from winning a championship at this point. It depends on how they do in the playoffs. I think it's a 6-game series. Charlotte loses to the Pistons.
Look. This Hornets team reminds me of a lesser version of the Golden State Warriors. They just need that one piece to figure it out. And that's what the Warriors did when they lost in 2016. Or 2015, my fault. When they lost the 2015-2016 year. I think is that when they lost?
Falcons are trading D-tackle Rook Aurora to the Jaguars in exchange for Mason Smith.
Oh, okay. That's a real needle mover. Wow.
Well, yeah, goat for goat.
Go for goat.
I guess Liam Cohen wants to get more versatile at the run game. Mason Smith's a big body because they lost Grady Jarrett because nobody's smart to keep him. Regardless, please continue.
But yeah, anyways, I think this is like the lesser version of the Golden State Warriors. They're just a piece away. If they can figure that piece out, they could be the next dynasty. I'm not gonna say they're a dynasty, but they could be the next kind of like Golden State Warriors.
Settle down.
They're not gonna be a dynasty, but I'm actually gonna go with the Pistons in 7 here. And it's only because Cade is still not 100%. Cade Cunningham is about at 75%, they said. And I know in game 1 and game 2, he's still going to be probably 75, 78, 80%. So if you're the Hornets and you can steal both of those games on the road with a unhealthy, or not 100, well, he's not unhealthy, but not 100% Cade, not 100% Cade Cunningham, you might have yourself a series right there, or at least you still one of the two. One of the two, you have yourself a series. But I still think that the way that the Pistons play defense, I don't know if they're gonna lose, but I give them. I'm gonna take it to 7. Jalen Duran is gonna be the star of the first round, though.
Hot take. After this season, Hornets, they make the playoffs. Trade with the Bulls, get Josh Giddey in the room.
Nah, I don't like it because they already got they got too many guards.
But here's the thing. You put Josh Giddey with LaMelo and with Knepple, you get the passing of Josh Giddey. Primo.
Yeah, but they already have Kobe White, who can pass, can shoot. Knipple can shoot, pass. LaMelo can pass, shoot.
I'm just trying to say,
Zion James is their backup point guard. He can pass and shoot.
Here's the thing. The Bulls are going to be selling practically everybody. This team is about to get the biggest rebuild that you've ever seen.
Now, if you said Matas Buzelis, then I'd be like, okay.
I don't think he's moving, but I'm thinking everybody else on that roster is gone. I think Buzelis will be like one of the only people left.
But no. We'd have that conversation if you said Buzelis, because then I'd be like, oh yeah, they're being smart because now you have a 4 and Bridges is not a 4. Bridges is a 3.
I was thinking honestly, like Jaren Jackson Jr., but he's not leaving the Jazz anytime soon.
No, they just gave him like a 5-year extension too.
Domantas Sabonis from the Kings. If you can get them to take on, hang on. What I'm saying is, as your 4, not your 5, as your 4, the field general-esqueness of Domantas Sabonis there would be nice if you can get the Kings to take on most of his contract.
I don't think that'll happen, though.
I don't know. A man can dream. The next matchup we've got is the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Toronto Raptors. This is.
Now, I've been reading some stats and some statistical facts. I'm going to take the glasses off for this because I don't want to say that this is a bad take. I'm going to take the glasses off, and you're going to hear me out. Okay? I know it might be coming as a bad thing, but it's not. Do not sleep on this Raptors team in the playoffs, though. That's all I'm gonna say. Do not sleep on this Raptors team in the playoffs. They play great defense. Led by Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes has been phenomenal this year. I think that it's gonna be a tooth and nail fight of a series. It's not gonna go to 7. I think it goes to 6. Give me Cleveland in 6. But watch for the Raptors to sneakily somehow, some way find a way to sneak out of Cleveland potentially. But I'm still gonna take the Cavs in 6.
I've got Toronto in 5.
See, so I'm not mad. See, look, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I
I've
have
got
the
Toronto in 5. I mean, listen, you've got. let me pull this up. You got Manuel Quickly, who was at one point in time supposed to be savior of New York. You got Brandon Ingram. They have him listed at the 2.
God,
At the 2.
the God, Brandon Ingram.
You've got RJ Barrett at your 3, Scotty Barnes at your 4, and Jakob Podol at your 5. And guess what Jakob Podol can do that fucking LeBron James is DeAndre Ayton's bitch ass can do?
Rebound the basketball.
Oh, yes, LeBron comes to LA. Oh, let's get rid of all of our talent. Imagine if LeBron James still had Brandon Ingram and fucking Alex Caruso and fucking Lonzo
Julius Randle.
and Randall. They were all on the fucking roster when LeBron got there, and he traded all of them. He sold all of their souls for Anthony fucking Davis.
Yep.
And we're sitting here, man. Toronto, and behind them, like Colin Murray Boyles is their first round rookie. Grady Dick is on their roster.
He's been great. Can I just say this? Jacoby Walter has been the unsung hero for this. Jacoby Walter, yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Jacoby Walter has been the unsung hero for this Raptors team. No one thought he was going to be this good defensively, and no one thought he could have his offensive game because all he was when he was coming in was a defensive specialist.
Yeah.
But now he's added an offensive game, and he is scary. I like the Jacoby Walter pick that the Raptors still have him, and he plays the 2, 3, 4, and 5, so he can play everywhere.
Now, here's the thing. I'm going to steal this. I was watching a TikTok video a couple months ago, and they were discussing an archetype in the NBA that GMs seem to love, fans get very frustrated with because they've already hit their peak and there's nowhere else for them to go. And so you're expecting them to be a superstar when their ceiling is just pretty good. And that he was referencing Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley is not a superstar. He should not be paid as such. He's an athletic big who can rebound. Not much else. He came into the league and he was a fucking superstar this first season because he could rebound, he could make big defensive plays, and he could score some buckets with that Cavaliers team. However, the buckets have faded, the defense has gotten less flashy, and the rebounds have been consistently there. And so what you have is the hump that they were getting close to getting over, they have set right here instead of going over that hump because Evan Mobley can't do anything else to push them over.
Can I say something about his defense, though?
Yeah.
I agree with you with all the rest, but the defense I'm not going to agree with you with because they don't need him to play that interior defense because they have
Jared Allen.
They have Jared Allen. That's why you
But-
can't get mad at Mobley for him not playing defense because
But
they got Jared Allen.
But what happens when Jared Allen is on the bench and Mobley? Because here's the other thing that the Cavaliers have done because they drafted Evan Mobley. They went, we've got a 7 foot tall center in Jared Allen. We got a 6'11", maybe 7 foot guy.
He's 7'1".
Okay. What we've got here is we don't need to employ a backup center who's good at rebounding. Because when Jared Allen gets tired, Evan Mobley can just play center. And then who's the fuck's their back? Who's their backup?
Dean
power
Wade.
forward?
I think it's Dean Wade.
Dean Wade is starting at small forward right now.
Because Strus is out, but Strus should be back.
Strus is healthy and he's listed behind him.
No, he has been out. That's why he's listed healthy, but he's been out.
You got Keon Ellis, Larry Nance Jr., and Thomas Bryant, all backup power forward / center.
Keon Ellis is a guard, though. That's the funny
So
thing.
here's my question.
He's a guard.
Cleveland, You've had 4 years, 5 years maybe of Evan Mobley and
Hell,
Jared
they could
Allen.
have got. Hell, they could have got Clint Capella too to back him up.
Somebody, someone.
Hell, Looney was the last center to get signed that was like a decent rebounder to
I
get
mean,
signed.
like, at that point, like, bring back Kevin Love. Trade for him
Yeah.
at this point. Like, it's terrible. And that's the problem with the Cavaliers is once your two starting power and center get tired, you have no one to back them up. No one. Meanwhile, if the Raptors guy gets tired, Jakob Podol gets tired, they got Mashu Mashlev, him.
Marcus Shavili, but they also have Jacoby Walter who can play
And
center.
honestly, Scotty Barnes can play center.
Jacoby
Colin Murray
Walter,
Bills can play small center.
Jacoby Walter can play center.
Yep. And if it came down to it, put Brandon Ingram at center.
Yeah, he could do it too.
6'8", 6'9".
Yeah. He's actually technically 6'11", but they don't say he's 6'11".
The shoes add a couple inches, and the camera makes everybody a little shorter. And give me Toronto in 5. I think Cleveland are frauds, and also me, I fucking hate James Harden, but I'll give him his credit. He's a great floor general for the Cavs, and Dennis Schroeder's a good backup.
Look, I look at it like this. Why I said the Cleveland Cavaliers in 6 now. Now, like I said, I was saying that watch out for the Raptors, right? So I'm hoping that the Raptors actually beat the Cavs too, because I don't want to see the Cavs later on in the Eastern Conference Finals or wherever, if they you know what I mean. But I don't want to see it. But I look at the team right now. Okay, yeah, Evan Mobley, he's been inconsistent. He's been terrible this year. But you don't have to do that much, Evan Mobley, because who's gonna tell me on any given night? I mean, they've got defense done, so just hear me out. Harden doesn't now. If Harden plays hero ball, they will lose in 5. If Harden plays just strictly point guard, just be the playmaker, shoot the open shots when you need to shoot the open shots. Don't be the hero. If he can do that, let Donovan Mitchell be the superstar. Have Evan Mobley just give you like maybe even 15. Just give 15 points. And Jared Allen play defense. Dean Wade's in right now because he's a shooter. He can help shoot. But Strus will probably be in that rotation once he's 100% healthy because he's not 100%. Strus will probably be back in that starting lineup. Once you get Strus back, Strus is your pure shooter. I think that it'll start clicking for the Cavs. And I think, like I said, it's all up to Harden, though. If Harden plays hero ball, they lose in 5, like Bennett's saying.
Yep.
But if Harden doesn't play hero ball and they just play Cleveland Cavalier basketball, where Harden's the point guard, he just playmaking, playing around. He doing what he's got to do to win the game. Donovan Mitchell's going off for 40. Harden might have 20, 10, and 11. Mobley might have 15 and like 7, and then Jared Allen has 7 blocks and 12 rebounds or 15 rebounds. They can win the series. But realistically, I'm just going to go the Cavs in 6 just because I don't know who's going to stop Harden and Mitchell from just exploding any given night.
Yeah. Our next matchup are the Knicks versus the Hawks. This is the biggest rivalry in sports. I mean, this is bigger than baseball.
I will say it is funny how they wanted to trade away their future point guard and Trae Young to the Wizards, and then they benched Zachary Ricochet because they thought he was the future.
So Ricochet is currently listed as their starting. Yeah, no, he is. He is benched.
He's benched.
Tyson Daniels is their small forward. And the Knicks. This is, you want to talk about small. The Knicks starting lineup is one of the smallest in sports.
Yep. It's hard at the 4 with Bridges and an
OB.
OB.
No. You got Cat at the 5. You've got this is ESPN again. Cat at the 5. OG at the 4.
Yeah, Hart.
Mikal Bridges at the 3. Hart at the 2. Brunson at the 1.
Yep.
And then the most egregious shit right here. McBride, Shamet, Clarkson are your backup 1, 2, 3. Alvarado is your backup. And then Jeremy Sohan and Mitchell Robinson and Ariel Hawkporty.
Are your 4 or 5? Their bench is ugly.
Now, at least with the Hawks, you've got Onyeka Okongwu, Jalen Johnson, and Daniels, and then Risha Shea and Kuminga, and Corey Kispert, and Buddy Hield, and Tony
Yeah.
Bradley. But we don't talk about Tony. Tony Bradley's there for the unk status. I
He
mean,
needs to
he's
be
there-
studied though because he did have a good game the other night.
Tony Bradley needs to be. They need to investigate him for embezzling funds from the children's
No, he's a rebounder. He's a rebounder too.
He's a rebounder, I'm sure. He's rebounded from team to team. Listen, give me the Knicks in 7. Imagine if CJ I fucking
CJ
hate
McCollum?
CJ McCollum. I hate him. Hate CJ McCollum. But imagine in the Garden, CJ McCollum hits a corner 3 and ends the Knicks season. God, that would be hilarious. But I don't think it's going to happen. You still with me? Brady? We're going to sit here for a second. How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? I'm doing great. Can't complain. We're going to get his reaction and more after this. So let's try to get his. I don't know. There he is. You're back. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Who you got?
I hit a button. Sorry. I'm also gonna go to the Knicks, but I'm gonna go in 6. I think that the Knicks starting 5 because they're gonna play Brunson for 48 minutes. They're gonna play Cat for 48 minutes. They're gonna play Mikal Bridges is probably gonna play every single minute in every single game, and Anobi's probably gonna play 48 minutes, and then Josh Hart will also probably play 48 minutes. So, and then they do got 2 good bench players. I'm not gonna say their whole bench is not that good, but they do have 2 decently good bench players. I think they'll play at least like 20, 25 minutes apiece for both of them. And that's why I got it in 6 because I don't think how you gonna stop Brunson from playing 48 minutes? He ain't because Brunson's Brunson. And Brunson is great in the playoffs, but he hasn't been great this year in the regular season, but he's great in the playoffs. So give me the Knicks in 6.
The next is your personal favorite, the Boston Celtics, versus my least favorite, the Philadelphia 76ers. Listen, I like BJ Edgecombe. I like Tyrese Maxey. I like Andre Drummond. I like Dominic Barlow. I'll say it. Dominic Barlow is my boy. I love that guy. I cannot get behind the rest of this team.
This
Kyle
matchup
Lowry's
scares
still
me.
on this team.
Yeah, this matchup scares me though, only because now you might not like him, but I think he's gonna cause problems because PG is gonna cause problems because guess who's gonna have to probably guard him is Jason Tatum. Because Tatum's not 100% as we know. He's still at 75%, maybe even less than that, I think, for the Celtics. And then Brown's gonna have to be on Maxey.
Paul George plays at 75% all the time.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna crank it up a notch because he's got nothing to lose. I mean, this is his opportunity with no Embiid and possibly game 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Drummond. You're gonna have Paul George. You're gonna have who's their 4? Barlow.
No, the 4 right now is PG.
It's PG. So then it's Oubre at the 3,
It's
and then
Maxey, Edgecombe, Oubre, George.
Okay. So yeah, then I think if you're the Celtics, your matchup is Paul George. You got to find a way to solidify Paul George, whether it's Derek White, who's going to give up a whole lot of size on.
Derek White's got to guard Maxey, man.
No, it's going to have to be Jaylen Brown that's going to have to guard Maxey. I'd put Derek White on Edgecombe, and then I'd put. I hate doing that, but you're going to have to put Pritchard on Oubre. You're going to have to.
Sam Hauser as your starting 3 right now.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna play the 3 because it's gonna be Tatum and then it's gonna be Kata or Vooch. It'll probably be Vooch probably.
No, Kata versus Embiid will be fine. You'll all be okay.
But what I see happening down the stretch for the Celtics though is you're gonna have Vooch, Kata, Tatum, Brown, and maybe White at your point guard. Is
Don't
what I
forget
think
about
it's gonna be.
Jordan Walsh.
Yeah, but he's just there to be there to be the bald man. But
Yeah.
give me the
Tell Tatum to
give me
get
the
Jordan his water bottle.
if Embiid comes back in game 2, give me the Celtics in 6 against the Sixers.
Sweep.
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a
I think
sweep
Celtics are going to sweep.
because
Celtics
it's gonna be a
powerhouse
tough
franchise.
it's gonna be a tough matchup for Tatum on Paul George.
All you gotta do is rage bait the hell out of Paul George. He'll be fine.
But who's gonna do that? Because we don't have a Draymond Green that can get in his face.
Baylor Shearman. Just tell Baylor Shearman to yell the N-word about 15 times.
He's good. It's not. I don't know who Missoula's going to start because he changes the lineup every freaking.
Hell, have
game or
Missoula
so.
punch Paul George in the face. Just get him out of there.
Yeah, he could do that.
Yeah, who's y'all's assistant coach?
Some white dude.
Yeah, see, yeah, just get the white guy in. He'll be fine.
No, he used to be a coach. He used to be the he used to be the assistant for the Wizards a couple years ago when they had a decent coach.
Wes Unseld Jr.
Yeah, when he was decent. Wes Unseld wasn't a bad coach. He didn't have a player.
That's my goat.
He just
Anyway,
didn't have no players.
so we've got the Thunder versus the Rockets. I got the Thunder.
I got the Thunder in 5.
Thunder in 7. I think Kevin Durant's going to try his hardest.
Explode. Kevin Durant. You think Kevin Durant's going to explode against the Thunder?
He's going to try. He's going to try his hardest.
Okay.
God, imagine if Steven Adams came back for that too.
You know how cinema that would be.
And then generations. You got Steven Adams versus his old team, Kevin Durant versus his old team. Jared McCain might go for 60 though, so
And then you have Russell Westbrook just showing up in attendance to watch that game.
Light the beam. So I got the Thunder moving on. Then you've got the Timberwolves. Oh, sorry, you've got the Nuggets. I've got the Timberwolves versus the Spurs. I've got the Timberwolves beating the Spurs.
I got the Nuggets in 7 against the Spurs.
I've got T-Wolves in 7. I'll go 6. On the other side, you got the Pistons versus the Raptors. I've got the Pistons.
Give me the Pistons in 5.
Pistons in 7. Power friendship, though. And then we got the Knicks versus Celtics. Give me the Celtics in sweep.
Give me the Celtics in 6 because the Knicks always. Everybody said that 2 years ago when we played them 2 years ago. They said it should have been a sweep and they took us to 7. So and then last year we took it to 7 and we lost because we lost Tatum, but we took it to 7 the year before and we won. So it's gonna go to 6 or 7. I'm gonna go 7. Celtics in 7.
Thunder versus the Nuggets. Thunder versus the Timberwolves. I've got the Timberwolves.
Give me the Nuggets in 7 over the Thunder.
I think it's Timberwolves.
Actually no. Give me the Nuggets in 6 over the Thunder.
I'll have Timberwolves in 7. Then we've got Pistons versus Celtics.
Give me the Celtics. Give me the Celtics in 6 only because I think that they're gonna outmatch the Pistons because they're gonna go double bigs with Tatum at the 3, Brown at the 2, and Derek White's gonna play the point guard for them.
I've got the Pistons in 5.
I don't think they're not gonna gentleman sweep the Celtics like that. It's gonna be.
I'm
it's
gonna
be
5.
7.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
It's gonna be 7. I look, at least give them 6. At least meet me in the middle. 6.
Fine, we'll go 6.
6. Okay, at least meet me in the middle.
But Tatum puts a goose egg up in the final. No.
Yeah.
So we've got Nuggets, Celtics, Timberwolves, Pistons. I've got Pistons in 7.
You just want to see the legacy of Pistons, and you just want to see 2 different
teams. They're number 1
teams.
for a reason. They're the number 1 team in basketball right now.
You just want to see 2 different teams win it. That's not going to happen. I think it's going to be one of the top dogs go back to the thing again. I think it's going to be either Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, or Celtics that go
Spurs
back
ain't been
to
nowhere.
twice.
They ain't been nowhere.
No, but I'm just saying that the powerhouse teams are gonna go.
Give me the Pistons in 7.
This pains me to do, but give me the Nuggets in 5. Jokic is the GOAT. He reigns again. He might not. He's not going to win MVP. I think they should give it to Luca now that he can win it. I've already voted for Luca, so um, my vote is to Luca. I hope he wins the MVP. That's my boy. I love Luca. Will
Mhm.
always love you. I hate you in a Lakers jersey, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. But give me the Nuggets in 5. Jokic's the best player in the world. I think Jokic and the Nuggets are going to win the whole thing. I'm sorry to the Boston Celtics, but if you have to match up with hell, even if it's the Pistons, if you match up with Jokic will murder you in the finals to win another ring if it comes down to that. I'm sorry.
Now imagine if the Hornets go on a Linsanity run and win it all.
Now, if the Hornets win it all, they deserve to be
They
put
need
in.
they need to be given 2 titles for that. Just for that.
Their whole team deserves to be put in the Hall of Fame.
LaMelo Ball will never have to buy and will never have to drive in Charlotte again.
Brandon Miller will never have to leave Charlotte. Colin
If
Knapp will never have to leave Charlotte.
if they make it to the finals this year, Brady, we got to go. Game 7 in the finals in Charlotte.
It won't be in Charlotte. It'll be
Unless they play the Warriors or some shit.
wouldn't that shit be crazy? Because I've compared them to the Warriors. If they go to play Golden State and they have to play at home in Charlotte against the Golden State Warriors and they beat Golden State, we might as well say it's the start of they're the dynasty because they just beat the dynasty team. So yeah.
Anyway, I think this has been the quickest we've ever gotten through that in the history.
Yes, we have. Benny, are you ready for the draft though?
Heck yeah, man! It's gonna be one heck of a draft.
Did you see now? Look! If you're the Arizona Cardinals, you might be in some trouble now because Brissett has not showed up to practice, and he's wanting a big
He wants
deal.
an extra couple milli to play for him because he knows
he
the
don't-
dog shit, and they know he'll pay it. They'll pay him or trade him.
And if they trade him away, Gardner Minshew is your starting quarterback.
So Ty Simpson, man,
Ty Simpson at 3.
Start looking at houses in Phoenix.
Ty Simpson at 3.
So here's the thing. I legitimately think this year we're going to have 2 quarterbacks. We're going to have Fernando and Ty are going to go in the first round. No, like every other bit of media, nobody has Ty Simpson going to the first round. But like unlike 2022 where there were no quarterbacks that were worth a first round pick, there's now an overabundance of them.
I think there's I don't even think there's over. I think there's 2 worth the first round pick.
And it's
Other
those
than
2.
No. I think there's 2 other than Mendoza. And here's the other one.
Ty Simpson and who?
It's solely off of pure talent. He's going to have to sit for a couple of years though, but it'll be so off of what he can do. Oh, the Magic up 17 on the Hornets early. Banchero's got 18 points, yeah, already. That's what it just said. But yeah, anyways, I think Taylor Green.
He's not going to the first.
I know he's not. But I just
you know me.
His talent.
You know me and Taylor Green. We go way back.
His talent is a first round talent just because of his intangibles and what he can do. He reminds me of a big Anthony Rich, like a much bigger Anthony Richardson.
Streets are saying he's going to wide receiver, but
he said he's not doing that. He won't do that.
He said he's not. But let's say he gets drafted in the 5th round to like the Atlanta Falcons, and they look at his ass and go, "We're going to have you catch some passes." Is he going to say no? I want to be a quarterback. No,
yeah, probably.
No, he's going to go, I'm a 5th round pick. I'm making jack shit in money, and it's all getting taken out in taxes. I live in Atlanta. I'm probably going to get robbed. Let me go and catch some passes and become a fucking fan favorite. You know? Like, or let's say he goes to the Oh, imagine him on the Jaguars. Liam Cohen.
He could with his craftiness, yeah.
But yeah, I think Steelers are in the market for a quarterback right now. I like Will Howard. Don't get me wrong. I think I would put my hat on Will Howard.
So here's the problem with the Steelers. If you draft Ty Simpson, you're giving up on Will Howard. I don't like that move.
Let's just say it's
I'd rather
bittersweet for that
look.
one.
This is what you do. This is what you do. This is what you do. If you're the Steelers, even though I'm not a fan of them no more, don't really care. But this is what you do. If you don't get Aaron Rodgers back, you go with Will Howard. If he shits the bed because remember he's set for a year behind Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph, so he knows he should
But he
know
didn't get to
somewhat.
practice because he was on the injured list.
It doesn't matter. He's learned. He's learned. He's learned enough. He's learned enough. If he's set that long behind a future first ballot Hall of Famer, probably no questions asked, unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers, 4-time MVP as well. So you learn some stuff when you watch and you're in the film room with him and he teaches you all this stuff. You roll out with him next year. If you don't sign Aaron Rodgers, like I said, roll with him. If he's bad, okay, you got Mason Rudolph. So what? You shit the bed. You know how many quarterbacks are coming out next year and next year's class? You have potentially 7 that can come out of the first round next year.
I have a
Will that
feeling-
happen? Will that happen? Probably not. But you have potentially 7 guys coming out of the first round next year.
I have a feeling that either Rodgers is definitely coming back, and even if he does, I have a feeling Cooper Rush is going to be in a Steelers uniform.
Whatever you say, that's up to you.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thinking. Cooper Rush played under Mike McCarthy and started for him multiple times in Dallas. Why would you not bring in that guy to compete for a starting job? I would rather have Cooper Rush than Mason Rudolph if I'm Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just
That's right.
saying.
But
I'm just saying.
But I would like Will Howard personally.
I'm just saying
I would like for them to either go, oh, you know what? This is round 3, round 4. It's Nussmeier, it's Aller, or we're going to roll with Will Howard.
I don't. You're not going to draft a quarterback if
Again, that's up to them. But I would rather they get younger at the position and give somebody a shot. And if it all else fails, they
look. They know something that we don't. I think Rodgers is coming back, so they're not gonna waste their time on a quarterback if Rodgers is coming back and they know they got Will Howard and Mason Rudolph is third string because McCarthy don't give a damn about Mason Rudolph. But like I said, if it happens the way it happens, this is what's going to happen. If Rodgers does not come back, he retires. Just say he retires. He's done.
Mm-hmm.
He's done. Legacy, the legend himself. Will Howard will be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They'll sit it out. They'll wait a year. They're gonna have to be the Steelers and try to find a way to win. If they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. But regardless of the fact is Will Howard will be the starting quarterback and he's gonna play next year. And if not, like I said, you possibly have 7 quarterbacks coming out of the draft next year, potentially in the first round. Now, will there be 7? Probably not, like I said, but I think there's potentially 7 first-round quarterbacks that could possibly first-round talent quarterbacks, not first-round first-round talent quarterbacks that could go in the first round next year. If you're the Steelers, you got to grab one next year. But I got to see if the Titans are going to take a fucking stupid pick and not take a receiver and take a fucking running back in Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
But that's been all for Inside the Cage. I am Brady Johnson. Here with me as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the brother of Cowboys tight end, Jake Ferguson. Your brother needs to step up and not get hurt this year, by the way, Benny.
He does.
But that's it.